March 18th, 6 o'clock.
March 18th.
Going live right now. Tuesday after Irish Day.
No,
We was gonna get to the 3 years ago, still don't have a place.
Sure.
Just sign, you know. Pass it around.
They can
everybody
get
sign
it,
it.
they get it. Hey, but I think I'm saying that it'd be big.
Cover the Danville conference.
Very.
Yeah, hopefully it's number 28.
Number 65.
Number 29.
Number 29. Number 27 on your new business, there's a resolution 16/2025, that needs to be 17/2025.
Okay.
And on your new business, we'll need to add number 29, Danville discussion. Um, On notaries, we've got one new notary, Miss Allison Bryant. And we got a renewal of Timothy Settles for Monday night. Under old business, we got the website and email update. The website, email and stuff were down last week. We had computer problems. Jamie says he's got it up and running. Then number 2, we got our TCRS actuary update. Under new business, we will need to accept the resignation of Commissioner Floyd. He has turned in his resignation. He's moved out of county, out of district. So,
He's in commercial now.
Huh?
He's out of county now.
okay, we will need to approve his resignation. Then after that, we'll need to vote for a new commissioner for District 3. We do have 2 people that is put in for it. The nomination stopped at 6 o'clock tonight, so we've got Mike Self and Kerry Wright that have put in. So we will need to elect them right after we accept his resignation. And we'll put them to work Monday night.
You gonna swear him in? You gonna swear him in?
I will, or Robert will. I hope one of us will. We will swear them in and put them to work.
Good.
Any questions on the new commissioners?
One of them on city council.
I'm sorry?
Ain't that self one on the council?
Both of them are.
His city,
They are, both of them.
They're what?
They're in the council, it's city.
the city hall, whatever they call it.
God, we need to check because
I've already checked. They can serve
they can do
in the
both.
commissioner role until the end of the term. I've
Tennessee
already,
Ridge could, but Aaron, no, I was told no.
they can serve
Huh?
You're saying that Aaron has the policy, not
It's in their charter.
That's not correct.
Okay.
I was told. I went to the election commission and asked already, and
Okay.
they can fill out the term, but in 2026, they can only be on one ballot.
One or the other. I
One
got
or
you.
the other,
I got you.
but they can fill out the term.
That's cool.
Number 3, we have a presentation from Garden Global Solutions. They have come to my office and talked to me, and they wanted to be here tonight, but their schedule conflicted. But they're a pretty big deal. They're down pretty close, and I asked them to come and speak to y'all for a couple of minutes. And they can answer your questions a lot better than I can. But I do know that it's going to be used for different things, not just one thing. Any questions on that? Any questions? Number 4, the hazardous waste event schedule will be October 11th of this year. We've already got it scheduled. Any questions on that?
That's for paint. that kind of-
Any kind of hazardous waste, any kind. It was pretty good last year, and they wanted to come back, so we scheduled, we got them to come back October 11th this year. It's on a Saturday. They take care of all of it. Doesn't affect us at all. Number 5, we got a resolution establishing a policy for roads in Houston County. And then number 6 is acceptance and certification of Rocky Top Lane.
Back to number 5.
Okay.
What are the changes in this?
I don't think there's really any. Teresa's here.
For the roads, I can't really hear really great back there.
Yeah, what are the,
And I don't have an agenda, so.
are there any changes
You need
to
one?
this?
Yes, the changes are, before, back in, I think, 2021, we changed it up a little bit. Then we had, changed it to where if we do add a gravel road, and if it's above a 5% grade and steep hill, it has to be paved. Well, now, what I'd like to do is for any road that's gonna be added, for it to be paved, regardless if it's below 5% or above, because we can't afford to keep adding gravel roads. We have subdivisions coming up all over, and we have 125 gravel roads on our list now out of 500 roads that we have. And we're trying every year to tar and chip those, but the cost of materials each year is going up. Our revenue, what we get in the bank every month is the same. So we have to stop at some point, and I'm requesting that we change it to any road that's to be added to our list needs to be paved, whether it's tar and chip, asphalt or concrete, whatever, but we can't afford to keep adding gravel roads. So that's the change that I'm proposing to be changed.
Sounds reasonable.
I mean, and if things change in the future, and we can, probably won't, but if it does, we can always revise it to where we can add some gravel roads. But, I even thought about if we change just for subdivisions, but I've talked to several other counties that are doing the same thing because of subdivisions. And what they have run into is they put in their requirements that, yeah, if it's a subdivision, it needs to be paved. But what happens is they say that it's, just a road, and then they start branching off into a subdivision, and it gets complicated. So, and even with that, even if it was just a regular road not attached to a subdivision, we still can't afford it to add a gravel road. Because every time it rains, every time it snows, we're out there putting gravel, and the cost of gravel today is crazy.
It is.
So it's gone up, it's doubled from when I started 15 years ago. It's tripled the cost per ton. So, that's what that's about.
This is not paved though, this.
It is not. But this was before we're making the change, and this road here is probably the best road that I've ever added. the way he's built this road, the subgrades, it's solid, and the grade of rock that he put on it's T-dot grade. It's a good road. And
I do recommend it.
yes, and I met with the Highway Commission in November and showed them the road, and so they had the time to go out and view the road if they needed to, but it's a good road, and it's not a very long road, and he does actually have a plan. It's Mr. Ben Redmond. He, at some point, we could do a cost share on chip seal, and he would help out if he needed to, so it's a good road. It's probably the best road that I've had added. Mhm.
What's it at?
It's all Fire Tower, you know where the
Yeah,
Weaver,
I know
yeah.
exactly what you're doing, yeah, that's my,
Sure.
that's like, that was
Sure
sure,
used to be.
that's what I was sure.
But the Highway Commission met in November and we discussed it then, so.
So it's number 6 is that Rocky Top Lane. Is that,
That's the road that
That's-
Mr. Ben Redmond, he
okay, that's
has,
same road.
yeah, so, that's the road that we'd like to add. He paid the dues and everything. So we're
Okay.
good, I'm good on that, I'm good, my recommendation is to add it,
Good for you.
it is. But after this point, if you all decide to approve the new recommendations of what it takes to add a road, then
Next year will be different.
it will be different, and it's needed.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Got any questions for Teresa?
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Teresa. Number 7, you got, when the budget committee met, we agreed to pay off the convenience center loan. It's about $64,000, and I got to pay off today, but I left it downstairs. It's 64 something. I will have the total number, maybe in the packet for y'all.
67,
67, that's with the interest and everything.
287.85. Right. Okay, that's as of for the 20.
That's of next Tuesday, yes, that's correct. That's with the interest, okay. And any questions on that, on the loan payoff? No. Then, we had another resolution for bonus payment for employees of $500, per employee.
Okay, there it is.
Any questions on that? Number 9,
When will we send out that? Is that,
when we pay it?
Yeah.
We will probably pay it, within a week.
Okay.
Pay period is this Friday, so,
the end of, probably sometime in February?
yes, first pay period in February.
Okay.
After y'all vote on it Monday night. Number 9, we had a resolution to pay additional $10,000 a month on the hospital loan. I did call USDA and we can do it, and pay it directly to the principal, the $10,000 extra every month. It will cut a lot, $37.5 million or off the whole loan.
It's great.
Any questions on that?
Well, the language for the hospital loan, I know that's what it was directed towards. It's actually a USDA loan that was used for the hospital, not really a hospital loan.
I'm sorry.
Just talking about the language on it has a hospital loan. It's a USDA loan for the hospital.
For the hospital, that's correct. You want that changed?
Well, it might be better, yes, to just be specific that it is toward that USDA loan.
That's the reason I brought that up, but I'll put it on paper for you.
Thank you.
But the budget committee voted in the last meeting to do that, to send it to the full body. You were absent at the meeting.
I was sick.
Any other questions on that?
That cut, how many years?
You weren't here. You were absent.
But it also cuts off, 7 or 8 years.
Yes, off the line.
Yeah, no, I fully agree with doing it. It's just the USDA needs to be the loan and not the hospital.
Okay. I'll make sure it gets in there.
Yeah, just whatever the proper title is for the loan.
Okay. Number 10, we got Rye Engineering Professional Service Agreement. Any questions on that? Then number 11, you got Rye Engineering Agreement for the courthouse grant, CCF grant. Any questions on that? Then number 12, you got the recycling equipment grant. That's for the skid steer, okay?
No.
And that's actually gonna cost us
It's gonna cost us about $13,000 county, or 11,000,
11.
11 something. It's $113,000 piece of equipment.
Cheap to buy.
Yeah.
Any questions on that? Number 13, you got your TEC airport internet contract. Any questions on that? Number 14, you got your Houston County Highway Department annual road list. The list she sends out every year.
Yeah, the only change from last year is I went ahead and added Rocky Top. And if y'all don't decide to not approve that road to be added, then I can just present it again in 2 months. A new list without the Rocky Top lane on it.
In March.
Do we have any coming off this year?
No roads coming off. It's just that one that's added.
Well, you're talking about the rock, okay, you said you want tar and chip it. How much is that gonna cost?
Tar and chip Rocky Top?
Yeah.
Well, it won't happen for at least 2 years.
I know, but just what will it cost?
It probably cost about, I'd say 100,000.
You a half acre or half mile?
About a mile is about 120,000. So,
Is that something the county has to absorb the whole amount, or is it?
yeah. But with Ben, we've talked about, him helping out. If we can do it within 2 years, but I mean, there's roads that have been on our list that are gravel that have been there for years, but they're not problem roads. If it rains, nothing happens to the gravel, they're not steep grade roads, so, and the people don't care if they're gravel. It depends on if we get calls, they're like, it's washing out or, it's messing up their vehicles or whatever. We'll try to do those a little bit sooner. Depends on how many people live on the road, how many problems, but with this road, it's a pretty good road and it could last, it could be gravel for a while, I think. You put good rock on it too, it'll last, so. But it'll probably take that much to chip seal for a mile.
Any other
today's
questions for
world.
Teresa?
Yeah.
Okay.
Number 15, you got the convenience center surplus, bush hog and PTO shaft. Old bush hog we're not using at all. Any questions on that? Number 16, you got resolution to transfer 17.25 acres to industrial development board for a possible new tenant.
Yeah.
Sure.
No, I mean, like,
Any questions on that?
you talking about getting to them, is that what you're saying?
Yeah, the two counties, Stewart and Houston County, will have to vote to transfer this to the industrial. board. Stewart County meets first week of February.
Okay.
Number 17 is a resolution industrial park road. Something we need to discuss. I've got 3 industrial park board members on the commission here.
I don't know if many of you have actually gone back on the back side of that, where Sig Glass is, but, that road is just literally falling apart, back there. It's got big holes in it. We've tried a number of things. The, industrial board actually has sent a letter, I understand, to City of Cumberland City, asking them to do some repair. Cumberland City, the city is saying they do not have the funds to do it. They have some financial difficulties. And so therefore, what we're looking at is that we would use impact money and pay for about a third of the number 2 on here, which would allow us to redo the entire network of roads through the park itself. Stewart County would pay a third, and the industrial board would pay for the other third. So that takes care and gets the building back up like it, the roads back up like it needs to be. So that's what we're trying to do. If we approve it, Stewart County does, industrial board, we can get it repaired and fixed like it should be.
Does this go down toward the,
It's all
All of it.
all of it.
all the place to do that? Is there, there's one toward the.
Well, I don't think it, no, it doesn't go back down to theirs. They're fine. The wall board,
It's just gonna go the circle that you.
Yeah.
That's all right.
it's where it's so bad. In fact, I think we've had tires and even rims broken on cars down through there.
Is the city not people, do they not pay nothing, they just pay the city taxes to come to the city?
So,
What's that? I think it's-
yeah, it's
We're
something,
supposed to.
they were supposed to send them a letter. Nothing ever came back.
It looks like they pay some of it.
I think they should.
Well, I think they should pay for all of it, but
It's the vehicle that's there, but.
Yeah.
If we change it, send everything around by Southern Gaines, it really got better.
they started coming out I had 2 come out today. So I was coming back from Florida.
There's a bunch of them comes that road, Southern Gate, all down them trucks are coming up through there.
Yeah, well, they're tearing the one at Southern Gauge up, the culvert there. So this will get them going back out the other one. And we've approached the state, asking them to rethink where that lane comes out and goes up and over the ridge. So they promised to send somebody down to see, didn't they? So,
The other one's is going up the hill,
yeah,
the first one, it's got cracks and everything, it's just, it will be in vain pretty soon.
Well, that bid, yeah, I thought we were going to be going there for the whole thing. So,
well, that's the bid that we got.
That's what we got.
We'll take it and run.
Number 18, the bid on the Ship Industrial Road paving there. We got that bid, but now, even if the 2 counties, Stewart, Houston, approve it, and the industrial board approve it, they will probably have to bid this out. I don't know, I'm pretty sure it's over the 25,000 threshold, but we do have that to go by. I'm pretty sure they'll have to bid it. I don't see getting around that. Just wanted everybody to know that up front. I'm agreement with Robert on what he's saying. I said that all along, they should be paying for some of it. Where the county, Houston County is not tore it up, those heavy trucks are tore it up.
I think that if Cumberland City can't pay for it, they need to surrender the right to the road back to the industrial park.
Give up the property tax is what you mean.
You mean the property tax money?
No, I mean the road itself, they say they own the road, right? Cumberland City does.
There's the property, what they
Yeah.
got, and the road's part of it.
Oh,
They own a big majority of the road, yes.
all right. Well, they should surrender something that they can't pay for. You see what I'm saying?
Unless they send some tax money back, I really don't know what we're gonna gain by saying it's our road.
It'd be just another debt, if they ain't gonna give us shelter taxes.
Exactly. They'd have to relinquish it back to the county, to Stewart County, for anything be done.
Cause it is in Stewart County, that part. But they say they don't have the money to fix it.
Okay.
They collected tax money for years off from it.
Okay.
But it's on the agenda, you know, vote the way you want it on. Any questions, any other questions about that? Number 19, we got the bid for the jail force main project. It was awarded to Parchman Construction. They opened the bids about a week and a half ago. They will be starting to work pretty soon. Get this one, it's actually pretty good. Any questions on that?
It's coming in under what we expected.
It came in under, yes, what we were expecting. Number 20, Health Department. I can't pronounce that word. I can pronounce laboratory capacity and control of infectious disease funding request. They're actually, I think, some more money being offered to them. They're gonna ask for it. It's about a 5% match, I think, if they get it. May not even get it, it's just something, but we need to have on the agenda to discuss. Any questions on that? Number 21, your equitable group life insurance agreement. Any questions on that? Number 22, I've got your Houston County Library Board appointment. I think they're appointing a new member.
Yes. We have two members that are leaving the board, and so this is one. We still are looking for another. Anyone has any ideas where?
Any questions on that? 23, your BRC grant, Tech Goes Home Soul Solution Memorandum, Project Plan and Budget. Any questions on that? 24, your T-Dot Environmental Agreement for Utility Project, Jail Force Main Project. Any questions? Number 25, a resolution appropriate money for convenience center skid steer equipment. Any questions on that? Number 26, resolution donation to Houston County Chamber of Commerce to assist in Irish Day celebration activity. Something was brought up in the budget committee last week. 6,000 total. Any questions on that?
We broke that down to, I think it was 5,000 for them for their advertisement. And 1,000 of that was to feed the Shriners.
Feed the Shriners, that's correct. 6,000 total. Yes, that is correct.
And that's coming out of the tourism.
It's coming out of tourism budget, yes. Number 27, resolution donation to destinations. That's something the budget committee did last meeting.
It's the 10 for each.
10 for each. Is it not down there on there like that? It's 20, but we'll make it,
Yeah, it needs to be.
one of them for the,
Oh, yeah.
one of them for the food and the other one's for the building.
Yeah, if you didn't notice the paper, before Christmas, we provided $10,000 to Bethesda to help with the food for people within the county. And as a side part of that, in that discussion, we found out that they are looking at about 20% of the population of Houston County fails to have sufficient food in their homes. And it's kind of a shocking statistic when you stop and think about the county itself, but 20%, that's a lot of people in this county. The other 10,000 will go to help them with storage facility too, so.
Any questions on that?
It's for 10,000 or for 20,000?
It's 20.
It'll be 20. It'll be on there Monday night. One of them was for 10, it's already been done, and the other 10 is for the building. We'll have it on the paper Monday.
What will these funds come out of?
It came out of the impact funds.
All 20 of them?
Any other questions on that? Number 28, opioid committee discussion. They had a meeting at 5 this afternoon. We had a couple of things come up, but it's going to be added.
One of the things that the committee we talked about is that we want to approve $6,500 for Irish State, and it's not just for that, but I think it was 5,000. Correct me if I'm wrong. 5,000 of that would be for T-shirts or other items to be handed out. But then we would also have money for the booth. We will set up and have a contest, the best truck, car, decoration, anti-drug campaign. The first place will get $300, second place will get $200, and the third will get $100. And then what we'd also do is that we're offering to Hope down here. We want them to ask their people to write, they call it a testimonial, but a story in which that what was the cause, what caused you to get started with drugs, what did it do to your life, what do you see your future, how are you going to get out of this, and then those will be displayed on the square during Irish Day. And with that, we would give, I think it's $250 for the first place story, $200 for the second, $150 for the third, $100 on down to $50 for the fifth place on that. So, but that would be part of the entire presentation for anti-drug prevention that we would do for the Irish Day. And that money comes from the opioid funds that we have.
Any questions on that? And we had a pretty good discussion about our March meeting coming up, about speaker and some calendars for the kids of grades kindergarten through 12. Something to be discussed in March. Hopefully get it for the next school year beginning in August or July. Number 29, Danville discussion. The job is bid. It has been bid. It will close Monday.
Do you have written parameters for the people to bid on it with?
I'm
What are
sorry.
the expectations? Do you have something written for people to submit their bids with?
They're not gonna put a price on it. They're putting in their,
So they're submitting open proposals?
It will, depends on how many people put in for it. We will meet, after Monday, we will close out for new people wanting to come. So they will meet with the tourism committee on February, Tuesday, 18th, I think that's correct.
Yes.
The tourism committee will meet with them and they'll get it down to 2. And if there's only 2, we'll go with the 2. It will be up to the tourism committee and us to come up with a proposal of what we're asking or what they're wanting to give, or I don't really know how to put it in, and ask them to, because they're kind of coming in the dark on this.
Yeah.
Everybody, I don't want to go into a bunch of discussion on this, but there's sites that are leased that they can't even take control of, because some of them don't come up due until August. They're good through August. Some of these people, it's already rented down there. So they've already collected their money here from those people, so I have a list down in the office.
Right, but that's not really relevant to whoever's gonna take over the day-to-day running of it.
That's pretty relevant if they're gonna be taking care of the campsite.
They won't get the money till August on them people.
They're not gonna collect
I
any money
realize
from.
that fact. I get what you're saying. However, that should have already been negotiated with the outgoing people to have taken care of that.
They did take care of it.
They took the money and left.
They didn't run. They were asked to leave.
Right.
They were not
No,
asked
they're
to
not
leave.
asked. They volunteered. They said, if you want us out, we'll go. Bye. We want to go home.
And you know what? And then they stood there and said they did not. So, but this is neither here nor there. That's not the point of this discussion. The point is that Tourism and Rec or somebody should have gotten together and put forth parameters or expectations for whomever they want to come in and run the
Well,
campsites
In my
down there.
opinion, we're gonna take whoever's gonna give the county the most money is one I'm gonna vote for. When they come to the proposals, whichever one's gonna give the county the most money, that's who I'm gonna vote for.
Well, great. I'm glad you have your mind made up, not what they're gonna do for the county, but what they're gonna provide them.
I'm gonna be looking.
They're
at the
gonna
best
pay us
service.
more than what these other people been paying us. I mean, don't you think, or am I wrong?
I don't think that that's really what this discussion is about. I think that if you are accepting bids and that you want people to submit their proposals, they need to know some information about your expectations, the county's expectations for the job that they need to do down there, just like any other job description. If you don't know what job you're going into, how can you say what you're gonna do?
Well, I was under the impression they was gonna bid on it and take it and run it and pay us. I mean, whatever the ramifications are.
I don't have anything else to say.
Any other discussion on this? Next, you got your budget amendments and transfers. Any questions on those?
What's the salary supplement, the sheriff?
When they do their in-service training, they get from the state that
That's
money,
for the, yeah, SRO program.
and you can't do anything with it. Give it to them.
They're not wanting to go with the, am I correct by saying this? You're not wanting to get into the unassigned money, so you're gonna transfer it out and then it'll come back from the state. Is that correct, Kevin? Beth?
Talking about the SRO.
The 4,000, yes. The salary supplement.
Yeah, it's already been, we just went.
That's just, for the SRO side.
Yeah.
That's their salary supplement, that's state money that's reimbursed to the county. That's $800 per officer. Just like we do on patrol, that's just to keep their certification.
So nobody's getting a raise or anything.
No.
Is that about the 3,000 for the length of time?
No.
No.
We talked about the rest of these.
Do it. Got the county litter correction there. And, then you got your board of education. Scott is here. If anybody got a question, he can answer, I think. Then you got number 4, your 10,000 appropriation for the food donation. And number 5, you got your 100,000 appropriation for the VRC grant. You got your highway department transfers. Any questions for Teresa on that? And number 7, you got your original budget corrections. All right. Next, you got your reports. Any questions on the report? Want to go down one at a time, or you got questions?
If I could say something, sir. Earlier this year, we put in for a $76,000 grant. No match grant, which means it cost us nothing, for a new compressor fill station. The bottles we wear in our back to go into fires obviously have to be filled. The compressor system that we have is a 1997, and it is not even near compliant, which means it's still passing our yearly inspections, but it's not in good shape. So we put in for a new compressor system. Rumor has it, I heard yesterday or Saturday, and I made some calls today when I was in Nashville in the doctor's office about, these are supposed to be awarded coming up here this week. And from what I've been hearing, the state's saying everybody that's put in for it's going to get it, going to get something. So hopefully we'll be getting something. But it's another one of the things it's not compliance that if we need to figure out if we don't get that grant, we need to piece something together to make it more compliant. But hopefully we'll get it. And then, we'll be one step closer.
Good.
Thank you.
You got anything on the sheriff's department report, Kevin, or anything?
I want to find out about the impact money. I heard about it, talked to a few commissioners who don't know about it. Then I talked to some said there's an impact. What is the impact money?
What is it?
Yes, sir. I must have missed something somewhere, or I don't know what impact money means.
Apparently I did too. I didn't know about somebody said something to me the other day. I told them I didn't have a damn idea.
It's,
What's
What is it, Howard? You come on, you're the man. I want to talk about it.
Actually, it was a surprise to all of us. The first we knew about it was when the Stewart County mayor called and asked the mayor here, did you get your money? And the idea is, what money? And so TVA, as part of the new plant that is being built down here, pays for, actually, it's going to be a number of years. We received $787,000 of impact money from TVA for this year to use as we wish throughout the county. And that's where part of this is coming. And so we will get that. We'll get it again next year, the following year, and again in the following year after that, depending on when the plant is ready, the gas-fired plant is ready. We'll get it minus 20% for that year. The next year, we get another 20% cut, and so on out. So we should be in a situation in which that for the next 3+ years, we're gonna receive the $780,000, just round it off to $800,000. Once the gas plant goes online, then we'll also, because part of it comes through Houston County, we will get approximately 300,000+ that will come to the county off of the tax and the use of gas for that particular plant. So essentially what we ended up with is we have ended up with a bonus of money that we can use. And so,
That's where the
the
road money is at the industrial park.
yeah, that's part of the money. That's where we fix the road in the industrial park for that. That's how we use the money for buying food for people in the county at Christmas through Bethesda. There are a number of other things that we're looking at and trying to figure out where we can best use it for the county and for the purposes that are there. I will give you a heads up. It's no guarantee. We will also look when we go through the budget, how this impacts the tax revenue in the county. And so we'll see if we're going to stay at the 177 or if maybe we can shave a penny or two off of it. So, but right now we're getting the 800,000 roughly money that we can deal with for whatever projects that we need. Considering that we've got grants too that have come in totaling probably over $5 million, we will probably use some of that impact money to offset having to take it out of unrestricted or unassigned funds to pay those in that manner. So, but we're still working our way through it is what it amounts to at this point.
That's where the $67,000 loan being paid off from.
Right, and we're going to be paying more on the hospital, and that will cut down 7 or 8 years worth of payments on that particular loan as well by paying the extra $10,000 a month.
Is this something that could be in consideration when we turn in our budget this year? Do we kind of, I mean,
I don't know, I think the bonus money that all the employees are going to get is going to come out of that money as well. So,
we for sure gonna get it for maybe the next 4 years already.
3 for sure.
for sure 3, and then maybe another 4 to 5 after that, not full, but a part of that.
I was thinking like those people building things like that. I didn't know if it's gonna be allocated for just a few things.
I think we're still learning.
I think if you need something, I'm just speaking for me, but I think if you need something in your budget, let the budget committee look at it.
And I think most of these county buildings, we've already seen, most of them need roofs and they're leaking and just strains the budgets where we can't hardly.
Yeah, my thought about it is a lot of it, when the budget committee meets, is we're probably going to look at it going into 172, which is capital projects.
Yes.
And then from there, if we need to put a new roof on this building or whatever, then we've got the money. And that's where we'll try to spend some of that.
I appreciate it, sir.
If you got something you need to add it.
Thank you. Thank you.
We weren't trying to hide it. We're just still learning.
It was brought up in the budget meeting that we had, but
Well, of course, you know, the impact money, I thought, the impact money. Then I talked to a couple commissioners and one asked if I was gonna put in for impact money, and I didn't know what it was. And then I asked 2 other commissioners that didn't know, so.
Yeah, the initial amount, we got it, and the first thought was, okay, we know people need more food in the county, so that's where we went first with that, solving that issue. And then we were looking at the loans, paying off the loan early for the other, which, by the way, to let you know, is the loan that we're paying off after Monday night's approval. That leaves us with only one, and that is the hospital. We have no other outstanding debt at that point, which is great.
yeah,
So the convenience center loan's been paid off?
that's it. That's the one we're paying Monday night.
67 is all it's owed on it. So
Right.
Correct. That's where we bought the loader. Yeah, that's it. There's a 911 loan left, but they paid it.
Yeah, they pay that every year and that's set up in their budget.
But, there's actually 3 counties that's getting this impact, Henry, Stewart, and Houston, that are getting this impact payment. TVA done this at the Paradise plant when they shut it down. They gave their county some money, for the impact for the community. We haven't lived that yet, but one of these days, I guess we will if they ever shut it down. I hope they don't.
Well, I think it's kind of teetered now. It's not real certain it's gonna shut down now. Is that true or? I know some things that got held up because the gas company got to us about the security project.
I'm sorry?
The gas company got to run the line, was got to us about the security part of it. Said it could be a while, I don't know if we could.
It's gonna be a while.
Yeah,
Yes.
they were sued by the Sierra Club. And so it's going through the court system now. It'll eventually happen. They always do. But it's going to be delayed and going to cost some additional money before it comes in. It's
Project was supposed to start in October, the gas line, and be done by this August. I talked with the gas company the other day and they told me it could be as late as July or August before they get started. So we know we're gonna be prolonged a year because Unit 2 is supposed to come offline in December this year. That's not gonna happen. So I guess it really just depends on the court system, how long they take. Hopefully they drag it out for a contract.
Well, thank y'all.
Any public comment tonight from anybody?
Yeah, I've got public comment. I've got questions about the RV park. So from what I'm understanding is the person who was running it is no longer running it. Who is the main point of contact for that park?
Right now,
Mhm.
the mayor's office.
Your guys, okay. Because I have some questions about it. How many sites are gonna be long-term?
I've got it
And,
in my office.
okay,
I do.
all right,
Be
great,
glad to share it with you.
perfect. I'll get with you afterward.
That'll be fine.
Thank you.
There are some, and there's a few that, but I know I did see some on the August. But be glad to share with you.
Thank you.
Anything else? Any other comment? Motion to adjourn?
so moved.
Second. All in favor?
So I guess.
I'll be glad.
Oh, there you go.
All right.
If they hurt us, they'll call me.
No, that's fine. It's not a problem.
30 more, I'll get out.